Welcome back to the Civil Rights Lawyer channel. You're about to see brand new video footage you won't see anywhere else showing my client here in West Virginia getting arrested for giving the middle finger to a police officer. Check it out. You're not going to believe how it ended.
24 Marshburg, 75.
Patrolman Angle, Marjorie City Police Department. What's the middle finger? Is that a certain hand signal that you got to give away?
Just that.
Just to do it?
Because I want to.
All right, where's your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance?
Is that why you pulled
Driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
Is that why you pulled
Yes, driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
You can't.
I can. You're in the middle of a traffic stop. Listen, driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
So you pull me over?
Improper hand display. Driver's license, registration.
Hand display.
If I have to say it one more time to provide me with the documents, I'm going to place you under arrest.
Under arrest for what?
Get out.
On February 10th, 2023, Corey Lambert was driving down the road and he gave the middle finger to a police officer who was driving by. That police officer then, in response to the middle finger, initiated a traffic stop. This occurred in Martinsburg, West Virginia. The officer was Kobe Engel from the Martinsburg Police Department. Here's what he wrote in his report. I witnessed a white male driver, later identified as Corey Lambert, driving a Chevy pickup truck traveling eastbound on Mall Drive. When I passed Corey, I witnessed him giving an improper hand signal prior to turning left onto Mall Access Road. I then turned around and initiated my emergency lights and sirens and conducted a traffic stop in the parking lot of Grand Home Furnishings on Mall Loop.
23 Marshburg, I'm going to be 1037. Here in front of the Grand Home Furnishing, West Virginia 28.
Go ahead.
32 Victor 709, 32 V 709.
When I approached Corey, I advised to him the reason for the stop. Corey later stated that he was not indicating his direction of travel in his vehicle with his hand signaling, and that he was simply giving me the middle finger.
24 Marshburg, 75.
Patrolman Angle, Marjorie City Police Department. What's the middle finger? Is that a certain hand signal that you got to give away?
Just that.
Just to do it?
Because I want to.
All right, where's your driver's license, registration, proof of
Is that
insurance?
why you pulled me
Driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
Is that why you pulled
Yes,
me over?
driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
Due to this being a municipal violation of hand and arm signals 339.10, I then asked Corey multiple times for his driver license, registration, and proof of insurance. He told me multiple times that he didn't have to provide me with these documents.
I can. You're in the middle of a traffic stop. Listen, driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
So you pull me over?
Improper hand display.
At this time, Patrolman First Class Borsquat told Corey again that if he didn't provide us with these documents, that he would be placed under arrest. Corey continued to not comply with our demands.
Driver's license, registration.
Hand display.
If I have to say it one more time to provide me with the documents, I'm going to place you under arrest.
Under arrest for what?
Get out.
Corey was then placed under arrest at this time and transported back to the Martinsburg City Police Station for processing.
Get out of the car.
You're violating my rights. You know that, right?
Get your shit off, have him down. Slide back here. Kick your feet apart.
That's my constitutional right to do that. That's freedom of speech. What's your name?
Send for a record. Let's go.
You know this ain't gonna stick, right? Is your body cam on? Is it?
In.
Ow, man!
In all the way.
But first, just real quick, thank the sponsor of this video, Factor, by watching the sweet ad that I made. Too busy to cook this spring? With Factor, skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. This is really cool. Factor sent me this delicious box of food. I tested it out on my family and friends. We cooked it all and tried everything. Everyone was really impressed at how delicious the food actually was. Even the skeptics were impressed. Factor meals arrive pre-prepared and ready to eat in 2 minutes, which is perfect for the hectic life that many of us have, such as mine. Sometimes we don't get home until 9 o'clock at night. Instead of having to cook, all you have to do is heat and enjoy and then relax, and that makes life so much easier. With 34 plus chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try. And I tried every single meal that Factor sent me, even the vegan option. And that was actually my first time trying vegan food, and I was surprised to find that it was delicious. But my absolute favorite was the jalapeno chicken dish. They were all good though, and I'm not just saying that. And believe it or not, the kids, even the neighborhood kids, enjoyed it too. Try it out. Thumbs up?
It does.
It's good?
Yeah, it's really good. 10 out of 10.
Factor can also send you smoothies. My daughter is a smoothie connoisseur and she loved them. Meal plans range from 4 to 18 meals per week, and you can add more or reduce the number depending on your specific needs. Plus, you can easily skip a week or two if you need to. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code TCRL50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. Again, head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code TCRL50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. Believe it or not, Corey was then held on a cash-only bond for 4 days and 3 nights following his arrest. He was charged with municipal violations of improper hand signals and 2 counts of obstruction. Then, because the charges were municipal, instead of a real court and a real judge, it went to a municipal court, which, so they told us on the phone, claims not to be a, quote, court of record, and as such apparently keeps no paperwork. But they told us that the result of the case was that the improper signaling charge, which doesn't appear to be a crime at all, was dismissed. 1 count of obstruction was dismissed, and he was convicted on 1 count of obstruction.
G Golf 03 4292. G Golf 4292. Go ahead and start license vehicle.
So we're 95.
Y'all need anything, you good. I parked here in the parking lot.
Stupid.
Just because I felt like it, I'm staying on.
No, I am. Is he coming? You took the keys or what?
Now.
Let's have Harper stand by for lessons.
Yep, what was that?
Fucking stupid.
Hey, you got your cigarette money? See, just because of that. He said, no, just because I felt like it, I'm staying on. You ready?
45 mark.
Now.
Let's have Harper stand by for lessons.
What am I being arrested? 2311. Can you actually slide by here, please, if you don't mind? Just because we got to leave the keys with the vehicle.
Yep, that's what I was asking.
So then the officers apparently together conspired to turn off the audio of their body cam while leaving the video running. Since we can't hear what they're saying, I'll just speed up the rest of it. And then we can discuss the really, really tricky question of whether it's illegal to give the middle finger to a police officer.
I'm going to step out. Hey, you got your cigarette?
What all was said there? Well, we have no idea because the audio was intentionally turned off by both officers for officer safety reasons, of course. But they did, for some reason, want to leave the video playing. That also probably is because of officer safety. So the compelling legal question of our time: can police officers pull you over and arrest you for giving them the middle finger? Just the basics here. The protections of the First Amendment are not limited to just spoken words, but rather they include gestures and other expressive conduct, even if vulgar or offensive to police officers. For example, Cone versus California, 1971, U.S. Supreme Court, it held that an individual wearing a jacket that had the words F the draft, the full word, the Supreme Court held that an individual wearing that jacket in a courthouse corridor could not be prosecuted for disturbing the peace. Consistent with that precedent, although the gesture generally known as giving the finger is widely regarded as an offensive insult, not just to police officers, it is a gesture that is generally protected by the First Amendment. There's a couple big cases out there. I will put those in the blog post. But they hold this: any reasonable police officer would know that a citizen who raises his middle finger engages in speech protected by the First Amendment. A plaintiff raising his middle finger at a police officer is a rude and offensive gesture, the court says, but nonetheless, under federal current precedent, it's a constitutionally protected speech activity. And I found this really great law review article that goes all through the history and the nuances of the law of giving the police the middle finger. But the point is there's really no question at all that you have a constitutionally protected right to give the middle finger to police officers. But if police officers are going to pull you over for that, they can't admit that. They can't document evidence on their body cam that that's why they pulled you over, because that would be an illegal and unconstitutional stop. And if they do an illegal and an unconstitutional stop, they have no right to detain you. And if they have no right to detain you, what can they not do? They cannot force you to ID yourself, to give your registration and proof of insurance. And if they can't do that, what else can't they do? They can't arrest you for obstruction for not doing it quickly enough. But what was this really? We know what this was. This was a classic case of First Amendment retaliation. The police officers did not like being given the middle finger, so they decided to abuse their authority and abuse the Constitution, abuse the trust that has been placed in them as police officers that are sworn to uphold the law. And they used the law or misused the law for their own personal malicious purposes of getting payback on this person who dared give them the middle finger, and clearly set up a bogus obstruction arrest, even if it was a justified stop, pulled them out harder than they had to, put them in handcuffs when they didn't need to, shoved them in really hard, set up a cash bail sort of situation where they probably intended for him to be in jail for up to 3 days, just for giving the cops a middle finger. Imagine having that kind of power to abuse. So this guy, Corey Lambert, came to me and he told me this story. And so I FOIA'd the footage, and I just got it a couple days ago. And sure enough, it was just like he said. And you always know that the footage you get via FOIA is going to be really good when it comes on the letterhead of a big law firm. So clearly, when somebody with some brains saw this footage, they knew that they were going to have a problem. So I am going to represent him, and we are going to file a big lawsuit here. So be looking for updates. Make sure to subscribe, both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com if you want to follow along. And look at other cases, such as the videos I've done on similar cases, flashing lights at the police or wearing a F the police t-shirt, I think was one of them. Bunch of different ones. So remember, freedom is scary. Deal with it.